Hello friends, welcome to engineering tutorial. So in the previous video we just discussed the concept of learning in neural networks, the different ways in which the learning process is implemented and what are the different types of learning processes that are used in neural network, and we also discussed about the supervised learning process. So in this video we are going to discuss about the other two learning processes, which is the unsupervised and reinforcement type learning, which is implemented in neural network. Okay, so again, just to get started with, we know that there are three main objectives of a neural network. First one is learning, second one is generalization or categorization of data, and the third one is the application of the things that are acquired during the learning and generalization process to solve the problems, the real life problems. Okay, so there are three types of learning process, as we know: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. We have discussed the supervised learning. So again, what is learning? So it is a process by which a neural network adjusts or adapts itself to any new data, any new stimulus or information which is given to it, and it does so by making suitable adjustments to its synaptic weights, bias, or the network architecture. So the neural network is also always continuously fed with new and new data, in huge amount of data, and it has to process that data and generate the desired output by making these parametric adjustments, that is changes in the weights and the network architecture. I've already discussed about this in the supervised learning video, so you please check out that video first. So I will discuss about the unsupervised learning. So in the supervised learning, we just studied that the supervised learning is similar to a teacher student relationship, okay, learning with the help of a teacher. But the unsupervised learning is the opposite of that. It is learning without the help of a teacher. It's self learning. We learn on our own. Okay, it is learning on your own, because here there is no feedback, okay, no guidance, no reference from any external source, okay, a teacher, a coach, anything, nothing like that. Here the student learns things from by himself or herself, makes mistakes, obviously there will be mistakes, learns from those mistakes, and then applies those lessons in future problems, in future situations. So the unsupervised learning, the principle of unsupervised learning is this, okay, learn by your own, make mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and apply those lessons in the future. Okay, just the principle of life. So here what happens is that when the neural network is fed with data, okay, a lot of data is given to the neural network. What the neural network does is that it combines all the data which are of similar type, okay, of similar nature. It combines them together and forms a group, a particular group or cluster of data. Now how the groups are formed, what is the criteria for of formation of groups, that is dependent on the programming which is done, okay, which is installed in the system. For example, as I have already used this example, is the library. In the library, the compilation or the ways in which the books are arranged at a particular place, okay, it can be done on the basis of the genre, okay, it can be done on the basis of the year of publication, it can be done on the basis of in the alphabetical order. All the books which start with A, they are at one place, with B at some other place, with C, and so on. Or it can be All the books that are published in the year 2000 will be at one place, 2001, 2002, 2003, and so on. Or it can be uh, on the basis of the genre of the book, what type of book it is, whether it is fiction or non-fiction, whether it is comedy, humor, or it is a thriller, or romantic, anything. So any criteria. So the criteria is decided by the programming which is done and is installed. So when a new input is applied, any new input is applied, the neural network compares that data with the existing groups. It checks whether it belongs to any existing group or cluster. And if it belongs to any one of them, it stores that data in that group. But when a new type of data is fed to it, then what? And the neural network searches, okay, it does not fit into any group. So what it does is it creates a new group, okay, it creates a new group and stores that data in that group. In the future, if any more data type comes which fits that description, it stores that data in that newly created group. Okay, so this is the whole principle of unsupervised learning in neural networks. Okay, so all it involves is identification of patterns. Okay, so this is all about the criteria for formation of cluster or group, then establishing relations between those data types and patterns, okay, to store new data types in a particular cluster or group. And and simultaneously it undergoes change in the parameters, that is this change in the synaptic connections and weights and the neural network architecture to produce the desired output or response. So this is the principle of unsupervised learning. So here there is the block diagram of unsupervised learning in neural network. Here there is no reference signal, okay, no desired output or target output signal. Here the same output is fed back to the neural network, self feedback. Okay, so the neural network is just like a student without a teacher. Okay, it learns a particular thing, applies it, makes mistakes, learns from those mistakes, and then applies the lessons in the future. And by doing so, it produces the desired output. So this is the unsupervised learning. Next one is the reinforcement learning. Okay, so the reinforcement learning is almost similar in principle to the supervised learning. Okay, it is almost the same thing. Here also, in reinforcement learning as in supervised learning, the neural network is there, it gets a input, it produces a certain output depending on the input which is given to it and the various parameters and features associated with the neural network, that is the weights, bias, and the network architecture. Then that produced output is fed to the error signal generator, to which this reinforcement signal or the reference signal is given. So it is compared in the error signal generator. The error signal is fed to the neural network as feedback to rectify, to make some changes in the architecture or weights, and then in steps it produces the desired output which is close to the reinforcement signal. But what is the difference between the reinforcement learning and the supervised learning? So in supervised learning, what happens is that the desired output, this signal, it is in absolute values. Okay, so what is the suppose the neural network has to produce, let's say, an electrical output which, just for example, it has to produce an output of, let's say, 10 volt. Okay, the reference, the desired output signal is 10 volt. So for the first time the neural network will produce an output of 8 volts, the deviation signal, the error signal will be 2 volt, then it will produce 9 volt, the deviation signal will be 1 volt, and so on. So in steps it will give an output which is close to the desired output. That is the supervised learning. But in reinforcement learning, what happens is that this reinforcement signal is in relative in terms of relative nature. It means that it will not say exactly how much the actual output is as compared to the desired output. It will only say that the output of the neural network is 75% correct, or 85% correct, or 95% close to the reference value. Okay, the output will be in terms of relative or probabilistic terms, not in absolute or exact values. Okay, so we can say that in reinforcement learning, less information is available as compared to that in the supervised learning. Okay, in supervised learning, adequate information about the desired output is available. So the difference between reinforcement learning and the supervised learning is that in supervised learning, this desired output signal is in absolute terms. In reinforcement learning, this reference signal, okay, the desired output, or the reinforcement signal, is in relative terms. Okay, so this is the only difference between the supervised learning and reinforcement learning. Otherwise, the principle is the same. We have a feedback, the neural network gets an input, produces an output, the output is compared with the reference signal, which is the reinforcement signal, which is in relative terms. The error signal is evaluated, which is in terms of percentage. It is fed to the neural network. The neural network again makes some changes to the parameters, and in steps it produces an output which is close to this reinforcement signal. So the principle is the same. So this is all about the unsupervised learning and the reinforcement learning. So we have discussed the three types of learning processes. Okay, the supervised learning, the unsupervised learning, and the reinforcement learning. So I hope you like this video, and please subscribe my channel Engineering Tutorial for more such videos related to engineering, science and technology. Have a great day. Thank you very much.